Hello everyone, and welcome to this week's Train Simulator stream. You join us here at Matlock railway station, located on the beautiful Derwent Valley Line. You'll see how beautiful the line is as we go along. We are driving a Armstrong Powerhouse Class 156 today in the, thank you very much, East Midlands Railway Regional livery. And we'll be driving that as far as Nottingham today. Let's get into the cab, get straight into it. Whoops, camera's a bit sensitive today. Get all that set up. Alright, so wait for the GSMR to set itself up and then let's do that. We are due to depart out here of Matlock at 16:37. Along the way we'll call at Matlock, Bath, Cromford, Watson Well, Ambergate, Belper, Duffield, Derby, Spondon, Long Eaton, Attenborough, Beeston and finally Nottingham at 17:40, so that'll be in just over an hour's time. Oh, whoops, my mistake. 2 Alpha 55 156. I know that's not what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to do the 3-digit number on the next signal, but we can't do that because there's no signals. It's a token block system on the Matlock line. And the first signal we actually pass is at Ambergate. Alright, we are now ready to depart out of Matlock. As we do, I am just going to introduce this week's guest, who is once again JP Railway Photography 2021.
Who else?
Again. Of course.
I do help at WCML, so who else do they?
You did add some AI.
Along with some surprises in this.
With it.
With some surprises in this.
With it.
I just checked your poll on Instagram, Charlie, and everyone wants to do Carlisle as the start of the next week's stream. I didn't take them long to decide. Looks right. Charlie, you there?
Here. Oh, yes, I am here. I had my mic
You
muted.
just went simply quiet, that's what.
Hello, Roscoe Show 107, and hello, CP Trains. Hello, welcome to the stream. Hope you're both safe and well. Just my microphone flipped itself on mute for a bit.
I was just saying that your poll on Instagram, everyone wanted you to start a Carlisle for the next week's stream.
Indeed. So, next week's stream, I put a poll on my Instagram as to what it could be. I've chosen 2 start locations, either Carlisle or Instagram. Carlisle or Glasgow Central. You've already chosen to do in the Virgin Trains era rather than the BR Intercity era. If you do, if you don't want to change, possibly cast your vote into what next week's stream could be, then do head over onto my Instagram. That is at csmspotting_20, and I put it on my story.
Won't this be a turbo stop service in the future?
Yes, it will be. 156 and 153s aren't going to be with East Midlands Railway for much longer, are they? They've already gotten rid of their 153s.
Yep.
I've kind of set this one in a sort of trans period era, so we've got some East Midlands Railway 170s, spoiler alert, and also some 153s, so it's a very mixed period.
Unfortunately, we did have to get rid of one AI because it was causing issues, which was a cross-country HS2.
Yeah, but sometimes, yeah, it's annoying, but we do have to make our sacrifices sometimes. Unfortunately, it's a sacrifice we don't, none of us like to make. We have to, but sometimes you do have to get a correct scenario function over realism. And the way that train sim works, unfortunately that's not possible. We do see a lot of interesting AI between Ambergate and Derby. You'll see this pop up a few times. Set the clag to maximum as well.
Hello, Ben Whitmer. Welcome to the stream.
Yes, indeed, hello. It's good to see you again. Hope you're well. Haven't had a chat with you over the past week.
My local rail bridge has been closed the last 3 months, and it is opening next week.
Ah, nice. It's good to see.
Hear.
You can see trains running along your.
I've actually been on the Derwent Valley Line before.
Indeed. Was that 2018? I mean, I don't remember you saying anything about it in 2019. So unless you secretly did something, then it must have been 2018. December 2018, Christmas Eve actually, okay.
Very interesting.
I mean, it's not really your territory, is it, the Derwent Valley Line? It's interesting to see going down there, but it's a nice area. I quite like to veg the Derwent Valley Line sometime. Ah, the Orange
I
Army.
finally hear the Orange Army at work. I see.
They were down near me a couple of weeks ago. Yeah, I remember you said, I was talking on stream about it now, saying that, and there's works, the Orange Army are in the area, and you can't really, you find it difficult to sleep at night because of all the sounds from the maintenance work on the railway.
Speaking of maintenance works, I've got a list of engineering works that'll be happening on Great Northern. I'll send it to you in a minute.
And you're now arriving into Watson. Well, not too sure how we're doing on time, but hopefully we're doing okay. We want to arrive, basically we want to arrive at Ambergate by 16:53, and we're good on time. I think we'll make it. Yes, as this has actually been one of the few standalone scenarios that I've tested, this scenario will be going up on Alan Thompson's sim very shortly, so do have a look for that. As soon as it's been approved, then you should see it there. And it should be approved, I didn't see anything wrong with it. Oh, it's going to be tight at the end of the platform here, it's going to be very tight. I stepped into the brake too late, I think we're going to overshoot. Oh, yeah, we have done a tiny bit. Let's put the train into reverse for a bit and then just to get the front of the train on the platform. This will cost us a bit of time, but it shouldn't be too bad. I mean, it won't mess up the signalling, will it? Because it's only a single track line and it's a token block system. Signaller probably won't care. Look at it. I mean, you say bank angle, wouldn't you? You see, it used to be a double track. You can clearly see that the Matlock, or the Derwent Valley Line used to be double track. Oh, don't want the cab light. Oh, it's gone into that weird glitch where you can't set off until the guard bars is gone. Next stop will be Ambergate.
Indeed.
Right, so we've got 2 miles there to go 4 minutes. Or we got 2 miles, or we got 4 minutes, or we got 4 minutes to go 2 miles. Yes, we need to average 30 miles an hour, we should be able to do that, we just stick at 50 the whole time. Do I upload scenarios to Steam Workshop? I've never really done that before. I know that I was thinking of doing that to one scenario. I know that Train Simulator 2021 has added extra functionality to Steam Workshop. I will have a look at that, because there's quite a big database on there. Just because Steam Workshop actually has a lot of stuff. And it's probably a lot easier to put stuff on there than on Alan Thompson Sim, having to make an entire installation package to put on the website, and then it takes a couple of days for it to be approved. I'm not sure about Steam Workshop, but yes, I will have a look at that. Yeah, when we do get to Ambergate, I just need to check that the signal ahead is green. It should be green. I'm just worried because there is a bit of a signalling glitch that's happening on this part of the line. If it is red, then it should have a feather and we should be able to tap through it. How do I what? How do I what? Oh no, it's speeding a bit. It's a standard scenario as usual, so we shouldn't have any worries with that.
That's a good start.
How do you create TS scenarios? It's complicated. I'll send you a very detailed guide that someone has written on a Google site, which has lots of information about creating scenarios. Route suggestion, Riviera Line and a Pacer. That is a very good route suggestion. I haven't done the Riviera Line before. Again, it's also quite a scenic route, isn't it?
I heard the places are very laggy on that road. It's not recommended.
And the Pacers aren't that laggy. I mean, the GW one might be a little bit laggy. It might be the Armstrong Powerhouse one you're thinking of, but that's only the 142. Yeah, that is a possibility. It's a very nice route. It could go all the way from Exeter Central down to Paignton. We could do something clever and go from Barnstaple to Paignton. Although I don't think that's a thing. Because there's no Avocet line in Transim, sadly.
There is.
What, between Exmouth and Exeter?
Yeah, I believe so.
Have a look on UK Transim.
Don't put a scenario up on Alan Thompson from Barnstaple to Exmouth, I think it is. Or Paignton. I'll have a look.
That one might start at Exeter St David's.
No.
Or it starts at Barnstaple and finishes at Exeter St David's. Oh no, it could be two separate scenarios. I don't think anyone's measured two routes. Yes, there is a video making train sim scenarios on YouTube. Matt Plays TV, Matt Pedalsden, makes really good videos on how to make scenarios. It's a really comprehensive guide.
There's a scenario pack on there.
So I was going to check the signal just up ahead, wasn't I? And it is green. Happy days. Right, we can proceed. Let's head off. Next stop will be Belper, where we join the Midland Main Line from Sheffield.
Sheffield.
Yeah, to Sheffield, another place I'd quite like to go sometime.
Yeah, I might do it with you.
I'd quite like to travel on the East Midlands Railway HSTs before they're gone, the last remaining slam door trains, but if that's not possible because the lockdown, if say the lockdown or non-essential travel isn't a thing before May, which is when they're supposed to go, then of course that's absolutely fine. But I would like to try and get on one as soon as it's credibly possible. I don't know how to make a go via thing because it tells me to stop at the platform. If you there's a simple way of doing that. If you go on a go via instruction, it should say stop at, and there should be a thing underneath that says 0 miles an hour. That tells the train that it needs to stop at the marker or the place that you want it to stop. If you change that to 1 miles an hour or anything that's not 0, but don't make it a negative number because God knows what will happen. If you set it to a positive number that's above 0, don't make it too high because if you're going too slow, then it won't accept it either. So 1 mile an hour is literally usually good. Then it will come up as a go via instruction. At Ambergate Junction, we now join Midland Main Line, and we can now accelerate up to 80 miles an hour and then shortly after 100 miles an hour, but we won't get up to that speed as the maximum speed for the 156. It's quite a claggy 156. The maximum speed is permitted speed is 75 miles an hour. Should say that somewhere. Yep, okay.
Yep.
I'm driving 156916 today.
Which is a ex-Great Anglia unit.
Funnily enough, we do have the East Midlands Railway interior, though in reality this would have the
Great Anglia livery.
or it'd have the I think it's the one interior. Greater Anglia didn't change it. It's been the same interior since one East Anglia was a thing.
Never had you.
And they're nice new trains. They're quite comfy. I went on one briefly at Peterborough. Although I do prefer the East Midlands Railway 158 seating. I've said a few times that I wouldn't like to sit on a 158 between Norwich and Liverpool Lime Street, but
That's like a 6-hour journey. On that.
but looking at the seating, it's actually quite comfortable, and the ambience of the cabin is actually quite nice. So I'd actually say I prefer a 158 to an Azuma in terms of comfort.
It's a 6-hour journey to Liverpool Lime Street from Norwich.
Indeed. If you say if you lived in Norwich and you wanted to get to Liverpool, it would probably be the quickest way.
But it would take a long time to get there.
Would indeed take even longer if you had to go through London. It would be tons more expensive.
I think from London to Liverpool, it's something like 3 hours.
3 hours plus an hour and a half down to, so that's 4 hours and a half. Say you want 30 minutes connection with your trains in London plus the tube, that is that's going to be what, nearly 6 hours already. And it'll probably be more expensive as well, but in the Stedlers and the Avanti West Coast, yeah, they're quite nice as well. Anything that's not an Azuma. Or anything that's not in the Class 8OX family. And welcome to Belper Station, where passengers can change for... Oh no, don't change here. If you're here, then don't change for a service that's going to Sheffield, because there never will be one. There's only a limited service here. Only served by Matlock to Nottingham services. Usually the services would continue on to Newark Castle, but this is a peak time service, so we terminate it at Nottingham. I think it's an additional service. Alright, we arrived on time, that's all good. Next up will be Duffield. Maybe a bit too violent on the start there, but never mind. I tried to be smart and get an EMR 158 from Liverpool to Manchester instead of Northern via Newton the Willows, but then my EMR train got stuck in a signal failure on the Warrington branch.
That's interesting.
Not sure why that would happen. As passing us now, we do have an East Midlands Railway Class 170. This is on 2 Alpha 50 going from Newark Castle to Matlock. That is annoying.
What is?
Liverpool to Manchester.
Hmm.
I mean, EMR are usually quicker. I mean, don't get Northern between Manchester and Liverpool. I think they I know they still do have the services go down to Liverpool Line Street from Manchester, but they start to Manchester Victoria now. If you're getting a oh, there is a 37. Can't see it that well, but it is a test train going from Derby RTC to Slateford Depot. Good stuff. Also, the also called in Manchester, the section between Salford and Manchester Piccadilly is clogged with trains. You'd be very lucky if you can get through that without being held up.
Yep.
And particularly if you're on a Transpennine service, that can seriously impact your arrival time. But then again, the Ordsall Cord is a bit like the Panama Canal of railways. Where would we be without it? Well, Duffield looks like quite a nice station. Looks quite well maintained. You know, quite a lot of the stations along this route are quite well maintained. If you saw, we seem to do have our lovely flower beds here.
Oh, your pole is winning. Glasgow Central. No. Carlisle's in the lead. Glasgow Central's catching up.
Solar powered help points. Very futuristic. And here is the Ecclesbourne Valley Railway to Ravenstor. Unfortunately, due to COVID, this railway isn't running. I think it's a steam railway, but I'm not too sure.
Yeah, I think it is. Wait, what station is it?
It's Duffield to Duffield to Wirksworth.
Yeah, have a look.
It's funny how 6 months after Northern became nationalised that the government released a plan to improve the services in traffic in Manchester. Maybe it wasn't Arriva's fault. I mean, Arriva Northern was not the best, but yeah, Manchester is often quite congested, isn't it? Because what have you got? You've got Northern, Transpennine Express, East Midlands Railway, and Transport for Wales, all trying to use the Ordsall Cord. And you can't exactly add more signal blocks in, because you'll get more trains on the line, but traffic will move slower because you've got more trains, more signals. Therefore more trains will get stuck, if you see what I mean. Floating asset,
Oh, it's
by
a
the way.
diesel locomotive car, I think. There weren't a steam railway thing.
Alright, so it's a diesel railway. That's interesting.
Yeah. It's funny how 6 months after Northern became nationalised, that the government released a plan to improve the services and traffic in Manchester. Maybe it wasn't Arriva's fault.
Manchester does need an upgrade. I mean, they can't really quadruple the Ordsall Cord, can they? I think the only thing they can do is either cut some services short or reduce the number of services that go through the Ordsall Cord. Or potentially have to build a new connection, which is the last resort, really. It's an interesting concept.
I mean, the distance between London East and Liverpool Line Street, you have to get the 0807 to Liverpool, and you get into Liverpool Line Street about 10.
It's only 2 hours.
Or if you went from Manchester Oxford Road to Liverpool Line Street, you get into Liverpool Line Street, dead on turn.
DB, go for a Manchester record. The auto chord is the connection between Victoria and Piccadilly. Okay, yeah, my mistake. I mean, it's the same section right there, isn't it? Because this Victoria to Piccadilly line. Piccadilly line? Victoria to Piccadilly line. That sounds strangely familiar. That connection joins up at Salford, I guess, and then that's still part of the auto chord. It'll be interesting to hear your opinions about it. We may put something on Instagram later asking what should we do about the auto chord. That section of line does get very busy. Oh, we don't really want to get this train over 75 because it'll blow up. Is that red signal? No, it's a yellow. Good. Thank God. This does mean that we will cross over onto the lines to the left. Do you mean the Castlefield corridor? Is that what it's called? Thank you very much for the info, because I've always just called it the auto chord, but never properly.
If you do the 0548 from Noise towards Liverpool Line Street, you can get into Manchester Piccadilly by 10:37.
Yeah, that's quick. Oh yeah, thanks for the info on that CP trains. Alright, we're now crossing over onto the up slow lines. Just before Derby's platform 6. Alright, we're now in this section of line.
Now coming into Derby about 2 minutes early.
Right, this should be a single yellow. Yep, it's a single yellow. Or at least it's something we can tap through. We do have a 30 mph speed restriction just up ahead, so I'm going to slow down.
We should see the 1709 depart for Sheffield.
I know that was the train we had to delete. Shortly diverging off towards the left, we should have Chaddesden siding, as you occasionally do see freight services going up the Midland Main Line too here. Seems to be mainly being...
We should see the cross-country turbo.
Do we see a cross-country turbo, I think?
That departs at 10 past now.
I can tell you we also do have another surprise, which is currently sitting here on platform 1. We should see it just as we come in. Or not. Fair enough.
It must have been that 37 that we saw in the tower.
No, there's another one. See if it pops up while we're here at Derby, because we do have 2 minutes to sit here. Let's do a bit of train spotting.
Yeah, for like 3 minutes.
That's one of the joys of train sim. You can get out of a train and just spot whenever you like. Right, we want to stop here, don't we?
Is that it outside of Derby?
We do have a shed there, which is a GBRF shed. Here we are. Here's the train. In fact, it's just coming in. That's perfect timing. I'm sure you can see that is the Flying Banana.
Where's the turbo?
Turbo, I think, is down there somewhere. Just waiting. It doesn't come in until 17:13. Take a screenshot of that, because that's quite funny. On this one we do have 43014 at the front.
Where's
and
Okay,
40, it should be 43013 at the back. Anyway, we are now ready to depart, with our next stop being at Spondon, so let's get on with it.
we're leaving you 2 minutes early now.
Oh, yeah, then we'll just wait here for a bit. Means we can do a bit more train spotting, can't it? As the NMT comes into platform 1. But it's just coming on a very, very, very long run going from Derby RTC to Derby. That left Derby RTC about 5 in the morning this morning. Gone around various lines around Lincolnshire, etc.
We don't depart not Derby until 1712.
Indeed, so I'm just waiting. So we can leave at 17:11 and 45, right? Let's pass the guard again. Yeah, right, no response, fine. Let's head off.
Yeah.
For our next stop being at Spondon. '66 there is going from Derby Adtras Litchurch Lane to Doncaster Marshgate Depot Fast Line. That's just waiting for us to go past and then it will head off to its destination.
Yep. Is it dragging anything?
Nope. That is Litchurch Lane just directly ahead of us. That is where various Bombardier trains were built. I can say Bombardier is a were thing now because it has been bought by Alstom.
66702.
Indeed it is. Is that right? Saw that one at Hoo Junction some time ago. Back in August when I travelled to Rochester. And we do have Etches Park Depot on our right now. I forgot to...
Unfortunately, there's nothing in there.
Yeah, I forgot to put on triple twos, but it's probably for the better for the optimisation part. No, heading along the section of line between Derby and Nottingham.
We could make out there all stay with that wood.
Indeed. We do see a few more services in the sidings at Nottingham.
Yeah. Because Derby is the second depot for Meridians.
Oh no, sorry, Edges Park was on our left, Derby RTC was on our right. So we should have put test trains and this stuff on the right, and then triple twos on one on the left.
Oh.
I'll scatter a couple of them in there, but we don't want to overdo it. If they had Adventures in TS, you could have that on freight. Yes, I could have put it, I definitely would, I could have done, I would have put Adventures in the sidings. Adventures in TS would definitely be good. We need Adventures in TS.
Maybe Armstrong Powers might make a pact with that.
I think, it's still under the Bombardier name, is it?
Should be, yeah.
Oh, so it'll still be, or it'll still be the Bombardier brand, despite it's being bought by Alstom.
Yeah.
Does that mean that Bombardier, does that mean that Bombardier and Alstom for the HS2 bid become one company?
I think so.
Despite, I mean, they're different brands, I suspect, so... We do have a level crossing here at Spondon. Oh, it's a, oh no, don't want to consider an emergency, do we? Because we all know what happens when... Ah, right, so it's still the same, company's bidding. I think probably Siemens will win the bid for HS2. I think their trains look the nicest. Or probably Hitachi will get it, and then that will be horrible. If Hitachi gets the HS2 bid, that will be so sad. Right, will shortly be departing out of Spondon.
It's not that AS Fanatics. Siemens have the 068 ironing boards. It's all about that one.
What are the other two companies? There's two other companies bidding for HS2. There's There's CAF, which is a Spanish company that makes 195s, 196s, etc. and Stadlers.
And 331s.
Yeah, I'm 331s, not Stadlers. Stadler I don't think are doing the high-speed one. Talgo, another Spanish company that does various high-speed services in Spain, are also bidding. It's the first time Talgo trains will be introduced into the UK. Their designs do look very sleek. I'm not too sure about the seating on those. But I assume HS2 is going to be advertised as a premium service like High Speed 1 is. So you can't have ironing. I mean, the journey time is going to be less than an hour between Birmingham and London, so perhaps ironing boards will be acceptable. But if it's going to be a ludicrously high price, then that's not going to be good. Oh. I did not see that coming.
Well,
Derailed. That's a shame.
Between London and Birmingham is less than 1 hour.
I'd say so. I'm just trying to find one where we can drive between Leicester and Nottingham. Drive from... No, we don't want that. Yeah, it's annoying. Because it didn't say that it would derail, but I think we were just a bit too early.
Oh, that may not be approved by ATS.
Yes, it won't be approved by ATS. Derby to Matlock, Edgeport to Derby, Nottingham to Matlock.
Nottingham to Matlock could work, because it's the same route, isn't it?
Yeah, we could do that one. I'm just seeing if there's anything else we could drive. What's this? Derby RTC to Hull. Does that run via Nottingham?
I have no more of this. I'm going to do this at 67 tonight.
I don't have a 67. Oh, from Derby RTC to Sheffield, alright. Matlock to Newcastle, from Matlock to Derby and return. When you've been working in a video for 3 weeks and someone similar by someone is released today, that's happened to me a few times. It was the day that I was supposed to do the Western Main Lines. Joshua Washio 4 did a live stream from Penzance to Paddington, which sort of took away the audience, but...
And done it by Bristol.
What do you know? It's weekend. Anyway, let's go from Nottingham to Matlock. So we will start at Nottingham.
Yeah.
History of South Eastern. Oh, did you release that today?
Let me have a look.
Just while the scenario's loading. Right, in the meantime, let's have a look at how the poll for next week's stream is doing. This is by your suggestion, CP Trains, of the Class A. Oh, talking of the 87 on the West Coast Main Line in Norfolk, what's just popped up?
That's 86.
Alright, so we have had 21 votes so far. 9 votes is pretty close actually. 9 people voted for Carlisle and 12 have voted for Glasgow Central.
A bit tired.
Yeah, Ben, I see you voted as well. And of
Yeah,
course you voted for
that's-
Glasgow.
As we're gonna visit Glasgow soon.
Hopefully. We don't want to plan anything too far in advance.
I know, I'm just saying.
Oh, Glasgow's been put into a further lead. 43% Carlisle, 57 Glasgow. So it looks like we're starting at Glasgow. And the scenario has loaded. Very lovely.
I wonder what AI is added into this.
This is not my scenario, I don't take any credit for this one. This is just Train's scenario that came with the pack itself. At least we're still driving the 156 and we're still driving along the correct route, except we are in the morning now.
Can we get the manual up?
There are some destination codes, but this is...
Right, there's no destination code for Matlock is, let me find it, is, oh, yeah, it might be on the manual.
Destination night. I know it's just one of those scrolly ones we can scroll through like this. So we don't need to worry about numbers, etc. Yeah, they are identical. That is funny. Matlock. But we will only be driving as far as Derby today.
There we go.
Oh, is that another 2 identical people? They had identical faces but different clothes. Oh, here's... that's 4 identical people in the same shot. That's funny, because we do also have a VP185 here.
Would be useful.
So we're departing on the 0645
We do have a
service.
headed here, huh?
So we do, which is flagging away very
That's
nicely.
good. 43047. Might help if you set the GSMR maybe.
Also, we're just trying to find our head code. 2 Alpha 10. I mean, the GSMR doesn't really do anything, but we might as well set it up while we can. 2 Alpha 10. 3-digit code to the next signal. 987.
Yep, 987.
There is indeed a TS sale. It doesn't run for long. I think it ends on Tuesday, so a lot of stuff is on offer. Particularly lots of trains, so yeah, I do recommend you have a look. Also, there is a sale run by Humble Bundle, which Dovetail Games advertised. There is an opportunity for you to get a train simulator the full game for 73p, which is definitely a really good deal. And it's weird because Dovetail Games advertised it themselves. If you're subscribed to their emails, you get emails whenever there's sales, etc. And you can get tons of DLC at a heavily reduced price. I think I got nearly 50 DLC for about £8 from the Humble Bundle website. It's one of those pay as you want websites where you can contribute as much money as you get, and then you get DLC valued at the price, if you see what I mean.
Hold on a minute.
We can accelerate up to 25 miles an hour, then 50, then 80. First stop will be at Beeston. Oh, we have a train passing. I wonder what it is. It's a turbo 2 Alpha 00 Derby to Nottingham, and we're speeding again. Right, we do have a yellow signal up ahead, so we do need to be careful. I can't quite see whether we have a feather or not. I think that is a feather. Oh no, we've got a green now, so yeah, that's fine. Alright, we've got the Irrewash Valley Line diverging off towards Hucknall, Mansfield, Woodhouse, Ilkeston and Sheffield, which is just going off to the right there. And the Nottingham trams have also just gone underneath us. Oh no, the Nottingham trams are now going above us, my mistake. That is the Hucknall / Phoenix Park branch. And it looks like the Phoenix Park branch is a little spur that goes off at one of the stations along the way. I know that's the Toton Lane branch. I'm not familiar with Nottingham at all. Anyway, we do have McIntyre sidings, which is on our left, and we do have another set of sidings, Beeston Down siding, which are on our right as well, which will be popping up very shortly. Really hear the train grinding on the rails. Can't really hear it from the passenger view or from the outside, but you can definitely hear it from the driving curb. Also, let's talk train news. What has happened this week? One more Avanti West Coast Class 390 has been painted into the new livery, namely 390049. 221112 has also been painted into the Avanti West Coast colour scheme. Isle of Wight is now not opening until mid-May at the very earliest due to delay because of COVID. And also, Rail Operations Group has announced that they will be taking on the ex-Heathrow Connect and TfL Rail Class 360s. Not sure what for, but it's rumoured that there will be a possible conversion to bi-mode units. Still not sure what for, but Rail Operations Group obviously do have some interest in them. 360, 202, 360, 201, 203, 204 and 205 were all dragged up from Old Oak Common to Bicester MOD GBRF today. Today? No, this week. Also, just today, new station opened on the Cambrian coastline. Bow Street Station, which is between Aberystwyth and Borth. That opened today. Bit of a weird time to open a station. Might never see passengers today. Just talking about news this week that's happened. 362s should have been at EMR. Lots of people are saying that the 360-2s should have been with EMR.
The 360-2s are owned by Rail Operation Group.
Yep, or they're not. Or they're off lease at the moment. They will be owned by them. Or Rail Operations Group have shown interest in them.
Looks like you have to change the thumbnail and the title of this video because it's not from Matlock to Nottingham.
That was the first part. And so I'll have to. I'll have to just change it to the Derwent Valley Line instead of Matlock to Nottingham. We'll be driving as far as Derby today to finish off. We have the beeping door sounds as well on this East Midlands train delivery one. Right, let's head off. We've got our next stop at Attenborough.
So this says it's only going as far as Derby, did you say?
Yes.
Matlock.
Let's change the destination board, just to let passengers know that this service will only be going as far as Derby. Due to an excluded reason. Saw a 707 this week, lovely. Was that, I assume in the southeastern area? In the southeastern livery. That's all good.
Seven should be repainted into the southeastern livery at some point.
It should be. It's nice you got to see a 707 though.
Proper changes. I'm trying to fix my files and change them. Back up game files. Will that do anything?
No, that will just create a copy of all the files you have. How do you change the destination board, please? With the AP class 156, yeah, you just press, first of all, in the driver's cab, you need to make sure that this destination light button, or this destination light switch, is flicked to the down position. Then you press F7 / F8, which is what I'm doing now to change the destination boards, and you can do that to your taste.
Like that, for example.
It varies between trains. For example, with the Just Trains Voyager, it's Control plus F12. And there's some particular trains where you can't change the destination board, typically DTG trains where you can't change the destination board from the cab, but you have to do it in the scenario editor.
Are you going to change the destination back to Derby? It says 22.
Yep, the destination says Derby now.
Oh. Sorry if you can hear background noise, but a dog's dark barking.
222 passing now, bound for Nottingham from Etches Park sidings, which we went past some time ago. What's a 10 car? I filmed a class 707 today on the South Western Railway Reading to Waterloo line on my daily exercise. That's nice. It's good to catch them before they do head off to South Eastern.
I don't think the 707s on South Western Railway had that long in service before they've all been transferred to South Eastern.
I mean, no one's really set a date as to when they'll all be transferred. But I assume it'll be some point in 2021.
Yeah. I filmed a cross 707 today on SWR heading to Waterloo Line on my daily exercise. I filmed them over 4 years.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I've seen them, because you're a local of the southwestern Main Line. It's nice to it's nice to see. I saw my first 707 in Clapham Yard actually. I saw my first one in serviced on the Windsor and Eton services that run via Cubridge. It was actually at Cubridge. The first 707 I saw was one that the first 707 I saw in passenger service was one that I went on. It was 707 004.
The first 707 I saw was at Clapham Junction on the 13th of 7th, 2019.
Alright. How do you change a destination blind in DTG scenarios? So it's in a DTG train in a scenario, I assume you mean. So if you want to change a destination blind, there is a way to do it. It varies between a train you're driving, so it's always handy to have the manual, which is found in your Railworks folder. If you just go on Railworks and then find the folder that says manuals, or you can download it. For example, if it's and it should have a list of destinations, or if it's a reskin, then a download where you should come with a list of destinations. It usually works by you changing a set of characters in the carriage numbers. So if you double click a carriage, you should get a menu on the right hand side of the screen.
And it should come up on one of the carriages.
Yep.
Or what the destination is currently, and if you go to like somewhere where you can find the manual, you can find it there and you can use it for the train you're driving or as AI.
So there'll be like a little string of letters which you will need to interact with. If you double click on the carriage, it should go red, and then there should be a little box that comes up from the right hand side of the screen. Usually there's a letter or a character you need to replace at the beginning or the end of the string of characters, and then change it to the destination that's given in the manual. Or sometimes you can just do this by playing around with it if it's interactive. There is if you have a look in one of the manuals for any DTG train, it will show you how to change the destination blind in a scenario, if I haven't explained that very clearly. In 2017, I was lucky to go on and have a look around it while I was on test at Ascot. Nice. We're now approaching a massive network of lines, that is sheet stores and Trent East junctions. First of all, diverging off to the right here. Oh no, this is us diverging off to the right here. Ah yes, this is Trent East Junction. If you're going towards London, you'll continue going straight here. We are going off to the right towards Derby.
It had plastic sheets all over the seats. Oh, nice.
Oh, so it's still in that phase. Well, you must have seen it very early on in the testing. I think I've only ever seen a couple of test trains before. Probably just 720 that I saw itself in Victoria back in October. That had big covers around the door saying that this is a new train that we're testing for you, please do not get on it. It looked quite enticing because there was a little gap underneath that one could easily just crawl underneath and have a look around the train, but for safety's sake and yeah, I decided not to have a look around. Not sure why there's a 10 mile an hour speed limit here.
I already filmed 2 Summers ones on tape.
Oh, nice.
I finally seen one, which was at Vauxhall and Craven Junction.
I've never seen a 701 before.
They look ugly.
The 701s, they're not the nicest things in the world.
They're replacing the most reliable trains in Britain.
It's the 458s.
Yep.
I mean, I've always liked the 458s. The 458s just, they look nice. And they are really, really reliable. Up there with the 350-2 with being, well, up there with the 350 in general, as being the most reliable train in the United Kingdom. And they're going to be off lease, and unfortunately no train operator has put anything forward to them, so they will be scrapped. The East Midlands Railway HST going up to Nottingham from Derby actually sidings. As we now approach Long Eaton Station. Yeah, you're lucky, South Western Railway fan. You've got such good trains along your line. Saw a 701 in Wimbledon Depot, yes. You got lucky to see that. So I never used to see him peeping their head out. I'd quite like to do some Wimbledon spotting again, because it is a station of very good variety. Oh my god, we've arrived here 3 minutes early. Oh, that's a very creepy person there, never mind. UK Centre of Quality Upholstery Manufacture. Okay.
Next stop is Derby.
Do we stop at Spondon? Yeah, we do stop at Spondon along the way.
At Spondon and Derby.
Indeed. That's a nice platform shot there. If we move back a tiny bit. Oh! And that lady gets out of the way, then that could be a very good... Oh, for goodness sake, that could be quite a good platform shot. Right, quickly before everyone else gets in the way. Lovely. I don't get the full number in. Let's try that. Hang on the yellow line. That's a very nice one. I filmed 3 network test trains on that line, all of them last year. Oh, nice. I saw a network rail test train yesterday at Hadley Wood. It was carriage 9703 at the front, which gave a nice free tone, and 37175 at the back, which sounded absolutely amazing. That would be uploading onto my channel hopefully next week or so.
Oh, 12 Cobb 360 has gone up to Northampton.
Indeed, shrunk by 37. That was a firm park earlier, I think.
It was from Kettering Stabling Sidings to Northampton.
Ah, you got
47,727.
You got kicked out of Wimbledon. Yes, I remember we had a conversation about being kicked out of Wimbledon. Ah.
I wonder when EML will decide to start with painting the 360s.
Because well, at the moment it is COVID. Train operating companies aren't doing very well, and it seems like new companies except Avanti West Coast, which seem to now suddenly be repainting their trains, because train operating companies, particularly non-nationalised ones or franchise train operating companies, they are losing money. So the last thing they want to be doing in times like this is repainting their trains. So it makes sense, I guess.
Unless Northampton do the work of repainting them.
The test trains on the Waterloo-Reading line are mostly Class 73s. I've never seen 73s except with Caledonian Sleeper.
I've never seen a 73.
In the 73s, They do sound amazing. Both on diesel and on third rail. The ones that have been modified, of course.
Avanti have fully done the cabs of their trains.
So there's no more, as it's called, duck pendolinos anymore.
We painted all 390s in the full livery at the moment. We've got 123 and 049.
As well as original 155 and 156. Yeah, I suspect you do see 73s a lot. You're very lucky. I mean, I seem to live in like one of the... I mean, the East Coast Main Line is quite nice. You do get the occasional interesting freight movement.
I think 390-049 is the first 390-0 to be in the full Avanti livery.
Indeed it was. I mean, you'd see 73s quite a lot because you live on the line, the main line down to Tunbridge, don't you? That's where they're based.
And 390-123 was the third Avanti West Coast train to be in full livery.
Indeed.
So there's 4 in the new livery so far. Oh, God no.
I've heard the 69s, the Class 69s will be based at Tunbridge, so you might see some of them on our HTT occasionally if they come towards you.
69s are at Tunbridge.
I think the first one went down there some time ago.
Well, I filmed one Class 67 on test train in January this year on that line.
Yes, the 67s have been all over the country, haven't they?
Open backup folder.
Open backup folder. No, I'll just open the folder which you saved the previous trains and back up in, and you probably wouldn't have done that. So there's no point opening that. It's 023 and 027, isn't it? I saw it at Grange Park at the beginning of December.
Get my words back. We don't really have logo called RHTTs in South East London.
You have your MPVs that go beep beep.
I've only seen a couple of them, to be honest.
In South London, I remember seeing an MPV at Clapham Junction for the first time. I was like, what on earth is this? This is like the weirdest track machine I've ever seen.
I saw an MPV at Raynham and one at Denmark Hill. Too sad, really.
Yes, indeed, they go beep beep.
I
Beep,
found
beep.
an MVP that gave me a call.
Sheffield to St Pancras HST. Oh, sounding amazing.
That's the second HST we've seen so far. I believe. Or is it the third one?
The third one, I think.
I remember seeing one at Nottingham, and that's it.
One of the Jolly Fisherman stuff when they did service between Derby and Skegness.
Yeah, I saw the last day of them.
When Welcome to the stream.
Nottingham.
I see a lot of traffic out of Tonbridge West Yard. Yeah, lucky. You see there's a lot of interesting traffic that goes in and out of there, isn't there? particularly East Anglia is good for RHDT veg, isn't it? Vegging RHDTs. How would you veg an RHDT? Would you like sit on the containers? It's particularly good because, for example, the 37s often do Stowmarket down good to loop to Stowmarket down good to loop services. I didn't know when I was at Southend. I've probably told you this story before. When I went to Southend back in October, I had absolutely no idea that there would be a 720 and a 37 both coming at around about the same time until about 5 minutes before I arrived. So I was like, get out of the car, quick, there's two trains coming through, it's a 37 and a 720, so I ran through the station quickly as possible to the end of the platform, and just about arrived in time to see the headlights of the 37 in the distance, closely followed by my first sighting of a Class 720. If I left the house 5 minutes later, we wouldn't have seen that.
There's no surge between Inverness and London King's Cross due to forest weather conditions. It's supposed to be 801 away.
I'm not supposed to do that today, indeed. Due to a request by the train operator, got cancelled at Newcastle.
801 222 is on 1 Echo 18 to Peterborough and Canberra. Currently at Nook to North Cambridge to Nuneaton. Okay, that's a weird service.
Cross country shooting.
Yep.
See if we can get another platform shot here at Spondon. This is where we left off. Oh, it looks really nice in the morning light as well. I love that. Let's move back a tiny bit. Oh, on the platform edge? No, that's too far. Tiny movements. Bang. Another one, a bit closer up.
800, 209 and 801. 101 on 1 Echo 23 to London King's Cross via Cambridge.
Very nice. Oh, turn the cap light on by mistake.
Anything interesting on the East Coast Main? Good money. West Coast Main on. Still a bit special.
There's something that was going up to Moss End today. I saw in our good old Veg Masters over at UK Rail News.
And there's no 88 on Daventry to Moss End service today.
Yeah, it might not be because it's a Sunday.
There is something coming down from column ISU to Rugby. It's running a minute late. It's coming into Crewe in 20 minutes.
Not sure what that would be.
No idea either.
It could be a 68.
Don't know. But all I know is it's coming through platform 8.
We should see that my Welcome subscription expired today, and I'm too poor to afford another one.
It arrives into a Crewe platform 8. I don't know if you can see that.
I've spent all my money on trains. Of course, I do have a very large savings account for possible train spotting trips. I have quite a considerable amount of money in there for considerable train spotting trips. Pardon?
What would be important for you to have? Train Cinema add-ons that could be very good, or welcome subscription for like 12 months?
I mean, I think thinking about it now, 12-month Railcam subscription. But you can get a 12-month Railcam subscription whenever you like. Sometimes good value train simulator add-ons that only last a week or so. So it's a bit spur at the moment.
So for the time being, YouTube for free Railcams.
Yep, YouTube Railcams. Unless I...
Ultimate one is the good one to see things.
Portsmouth is a weird road cam.
It's in between Portsmouth and Chelsea and Burton. But you do get the own view called ECS moments going into back and carriage silence.
Yeah, its Portsmouth camera is quite a laggy camera. It's not the best quality camera either. If you have a supporter subscription, you can get much better cameras. It's a good camera because you do get a lot of variety. I guess with the South Western Railways. Is that another Freeview one? Here we are back at Derby. Probably say my favourite rail cam. It's quite hard to say. Bedford's quite a good one. I do like Bedford. Where else? Where's one I always take pictures of? Oh no, I don't really like Flitwick because it's too far in the distance. But the crew ones are all really good.
There's Crew Cam 3.
Like, I don't really like Crew Cam 3 has good views of the Heritage Centre. And Crew Cam 2, Crew Cam 5 and Crew Cam... I mean all of the Crew Cams are pretty good actually. Except 3. Fortunately. Anyway, we're now arriving into Derby where we have a cross-country forager going from Sheffield to somewhere, and we do have 2 meridians, one which is also currently arriving in alongside us. This one is going... oh, it's going to Reading, the forager. This one is just... oh, these both have arrived in from Derby Etching sidings. Another thing, they just changed routes. They do have little stop markers. The little red arrow you can see there on the HUD tells us exactly where to stop. That's very handy.
But it's a 1 to 5 car marker. There's no 2 car marker.
There's 1 to 5 car marker. Oh, yes, the S-car stop just up ahead. My mistake.
In my imagine they do 5 car services to Matlock from Nottingham.
Might be the 222s, because they might terminate in this platform sometimes.
No, I mean like 156s.
Yeah, 5 car 156s. I did see a 6 car 158 at Peterborough once, and it said it adds on to another service at Nottingham. So does that mean we get an 8 car 158 going from Norwich to Liverpool Lime Street?
Which one's
22004, which is apparently going to Brough, which hasn't set its destination properly. That's something I often do in my scenarios if I really can't be bothered. Is this one going to Brough as well? No, that one's just coming from Derby Etches sidings. I think that's going back down to London at some point. Anyway, as we arrive into Derby here, I am going to finish the stream here. It's been really enjoyable. Do love the 156. The scenario crashing was just completely down to my own failure. So yes, thank you very much for watching this stream. We'll just have a look at the Instagram poll so I can see where next week's stream will start at. Glasgow Central has the vote. Glasgow Central is where we'll be starting next week's stream. We'll be driving a Virgin Trains liveried class 87 from Glasgow to Carlisle. Yes, until then, have a great week, stay safe, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.